All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Um, my name is Gideon Olubile. I'm very much happy to have you on board this flight. Somebody will say, "What flight are you talking about?" I'm talking about the beautiful flight of this our institute, and deliberately I am doing this because this has to do with getting us better as sales and customer service person. And we had it started yesterday. Can somebody hear me well, please? Somebody say it's not audible, please. I don't know why. If you can hear me well, can you type? Can you just say something or confirm that you can
Yes,
hear me
yes, we
well?
can.
Yes.
Yes,
Very
we
well,
can hear
sir.
you, sir.
Then if you say more volume, I don't know how else. If they
It's
can hear me well,
moderate.
it's more than it's good enough. I don't have to bust your eardrum, but it's all right. It's all right. I'll try and project more so that we can get it clear. All right. Good to have you. I can see Jeremiah. I can see Austin. I can see Utibe. I can see Jones. I can see Adaza. I can see Michael. I can see Pedro. I can see you all. Um, I can see Abimbola. I can see Abiodun. I can see Achoba, Adaize, Ayodele, Bexton. Okay, Beckington, blessing, bless. Okay, quite a number of blessings on the call today. Chris, then we have Emmanuel. Okay, we also have some Emmanuel today. Emmanuel Evans. We have EON. We have Edson, Francisco, Glory, Jeremiah, Jones, Christosine, Lydia, Momodu, Nicole, and all that. Good to have you guys on the call. We are increasing by the number, and I know that we're going to have it beautiful this evening. Okay. For one reason or the other, I will be asking that you permit us to just give us some 3 minutes. Let's just try and I know some people are rushing home to join this call. Let's give them permit me to allow them 3 more minutes. So by exactly 4 minutes, by exactly 7:40, we'll start. Permit me to take that. Thank you very much. I'll get back in the next 3 4 minutes. All right. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to have you back. I'm back here now. Once again, my name is Gideon Olubile. Um, and I'm privileged to be the anchor for tonight at this customer service week and induction program that will be coming up on Saturday. All right. Like I said yesterday, we had it cool, big, interesting yesterday. And I believe strongly that everyone present yesterday had it full. And we're here again to top it up, and we'll do that continuously until Friday before we'll have the induction proper on Saturday. All right. Um, I want to just pick up a little thing from yesterday. We had it talking about how important communication is in sales and customer service, where you talk about the need to have a good listening system, where you need to know how to process the information received, and at the same time, how to ensure that the customer or potential customer gets the right information needed so that you can seal up the deal or keep the person as a potential customer of which you eventually translate or transform into sales in the long run. Some happens immediate, some happen in the long. But the important thing is that by the time we get potential customers or customers to be happy with the attention they get, it gets turned into performance in the long run. And on that note, I want to also celebrate the Coach Gochi for yesterday and the time of delivery, which was simple and timely. Also, I'd like to appreciate everyone present yesterday. Your contributions were very on point. I like when you express yourself, even though you are not perfectly in order, and you gain the corrections or input added to you. That makes you a better person, and you're going to get a better performance out of it. So, on that note, I want to thank everyone present, how you opened up, contributed in no little way to yesterday's discussion. All right. Today, we're here once again. And before we go on, I also want to do what I did yesterday. Can I have a volunteer to give us open prayer? I want a volunteer. You unmute yourself, tell us your name, then you pray.
Okay,
You
good
have the floor.
evening. My name is
Amen.
Oguchi Mary. Yes, I want to pray. Let us pray. In Jesus'
Right.
name.
Amen.
Father,
Amen.
Lord, we thank you for your grace and your mercy and the opportunity you've given unto us. Thank you for life. Thank you for our going out and coming in. Thank you for how far you took us yesterday. Lord, we pray that today we will learn greater things than yesterday in Jesus' name. And
Amen.
at the end of this program, Lord, we will not just learn, but it shall be beneficial to us. Commit our teacher tonight into your hands. I will teach according to your purpose, and it shall be impactful. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That was good. Um, I would like us to just look at a few things before we call in our speaker, because is the main person, so I'm not really going to take the floor for anything. Um, it's a very wonderful resource person. The profile is loaded. But permit me to let us know that our speaker tonight, um, our speaker tonight um, has industrial microbiology as his background, and he's been from there to a lot of other things: communication, entrepreneurship, and leadership. For 15 years, he's been involved in people and organizational development, both nationally and internationally. I respect that because he's been experienced for over 18 years here and there as regards engineering, registration, entertainment, manufacturing, investigation and background checks, training and facilitation, including even fire protection and security systems, coaching and consulting. Um, he is also a part of NITAD, Nigerian Institute of Training and Development. He's the founding president of Abaja Resonance Forum and involved in other social works. Permitted to say also was elected and served as the 71st World President of Junior Chamber International JCI in 2016, the first Nigerian to be ever elected in the 100-year-old of the organization at the time. His JCI presidency took him to 59 countries, covering 525,000 kilometers and all that. But one thing I love about him, again, I'd like to mention, is that he began his entrepreneurial journey in 2013 with the establishment of Skill and Signature Ventures, which was primarily focused on training and development. Permit me, he's been a member of NITAD, a fellow of CIHRM, fellow of Institute of Management Consultants of Nigeria, Certified Management Consultant CMC, member challenges of Loan and Risk. Permit me tonight to welcome for this, the second day of our Customer Service Week, Dr. Pascal Obina DK. Dr. Pascal, you have the floor. You're welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. And it's really good to be here with you tonight. Thank you for the invitation. I am just taking a look. I can see we have 85 persons on this call. That's quite a good number. And Sir Gideon, thank you for the introduction. I just want to be sure that everyone can hear me before we start. Can I get a confirmation?
Loud and clear.
Yes,
God
we
bless
can.
you, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
we
Thank
can.
you
Yes,
so
Yeah, you're
much.
audible.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great. So we're going to start, and I'm going to crave your indulgence. Probably at some point I have to shut my video. I just don't want internet to become a challenge for us so that we can flow. But you will hear my voice, and when it is necessary, I'll probably show my face again. So I want to thank you again for the invitation. I just want to do a small reality check. Who knows the topic we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about now? What is it? Anybody can open your mic and just say it. I'm checking. I haven't seen responses.
Building a long-term relationship, not just one-time sales.
Building long-term relationships and not just one-time sales. Okay, that's first reality check. Thank you. That means you already know the topic. The other thing I just want to ask before we get into it is, how many of us are pure salesperson by professions? I mean, I studied microbiology first. I studied microbiology as a second degree, but I've done a lot of things around sales, around leadership, and all of that. How many of us have degrees in sales purely, for example? You can just put your hand up somewhere. I just want to know.
I have it as an MBA. Yes.
Okay.
I have it as an MBA. Yes.
As an MD. Perfect. Okay. Someone said I can't hear anything. I'm sure I can be heard. I just want to be sure that nobody's losing me. So I see some responses. Somebody say I am. Okay, so how many of us are not salespersons by discipline? I mean, that's not what you studied. Somebody say second degree. I see hands. Yeah. Can we get some more responses? How many of us are not salespersons? Not at all. I'm not a salesperson.
Thank
I'm
you.
not
My
a
name is
salesperson.
Francisco.
First degree, not at all. Responses.
My name is Francisco.
Fantastic.
I did not study sales.
Thank you.
I studied
Okay.
engineering in my first
God
degree.
bless you. God bless you. Enough responses now. So we can
I'm not
start.
a salesperson either.
Enough responses. Thank you so much. Now, how many of us agree truly that selling is a skill? that selling is a skill. Thank you. Selling is a skill. Yes, I see a lot of people agreeing. If it's a skill, then it means we can imbibe it, we can learn it, we can develop it, and you continue to develop it. So there's no such thing as, oh, I have come to a point where I am a master salesperson. There's nothing more to learn. You continue to get better, you continue to learn. So with that said, let me share my screen, and I'm just going to ask that we run through. I always say this every time I go anywhere I find myself. I am not a teacher. I'm going to share something out of experience in the field because I'm a field person. And that's why, as you saw, I study microbiology, but I've done things in sales, in leadership, in communication, in entrepreneurship, you name it. So that experience, I believe, is what most of you have. Some of you are selling today, not because you are by discipline a salesperson, but because you have learned the act of selling. You have trained in the act of selling. You understand the customers. You understand their needs. And you are not just selling because you want to make the money. You are selling to satisfy the need of the customers, but also be able to provide them additional value. I use the word again, additional value. So if you're ready, let me share my screen. Okay, just a confirmation that my screen is visible and you can all see it.
Yes.
Thank you. So building long-term relationships, not one-time sales. So for us to get into this, it's important for us to understand what relationship is. And relationship as relates to business. Of course, we have relationships, husband and wife, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, relationships, brother and sister, siblings, relationships, friends, but there's also a business relationship. But the question we need to ask is, when we think about business relationship, are we thinking about transactional, or we're thinking about trust building that is sustainable? Some persons believe that because you are selling to a set of customers and they are buying large volume and they are doing return or repeat purchases to such an individual, wow, I am selling this. My customers have fantastic relationships with me. But once you could be tested and you'll be proven wrong that you have not built relationships. Yes, you may be meeting needs at that particular time, but that is not relationship building. So what then is long-term business relationship? That is first what we must understand. So long-term business relationship enable businesses to provide a more holistic customer experience. Customer experience. So what does that mean? It means the feeling of the customer, the perception of the customer, the understanding of the customer of everything and anything you deliver, not just the product, your person, your personality, your character, your integrity, all put together is what gives the customer an experience. It is not just the product. The product sometimes can give that immediate momentary satisfaction, but customer experience is not a one-time thing. It is something that is continual. So that's where the relationship comes in, when that experience is continual. And by understanding a client's history, preferences, and challenges, organizations can tailor their offerings. Organizations like yours, the company you represent, the company you own, the company you work for, can tailor their offerings and services to better meet the client's unique needs. So now there cannot be a relationship if you do not understand the client's history, pain points, preferences. There cannot be a relationship. Just permit me, I may just get my video off for a moment because of connection. Okay, just to be sure that everyone can hear me. So that is where we have to start. As a salesperson, what is your understanding of the customer, not just the customer's business. And I'm going to open our eyes to something more that we need to know beyond wanting to know the customer's needs and just fulfilling those specific needs. Now, shifting mindset from short-term sales to long-term relationships, I did say long-term sales, long-term relationships, requires a commitment to continuous value delivery. That's where I'm going. A value delivery that is continuous, that is sustainable, that is repetitive, that is something your customer can take for granted that at every point in time, you are 9 out of 10 times guaranteed to deliver value. What this means is you as a salesperson must stay engaged. You must personalize your interactions. We're going to try to understand what that means and position yourself as a strategic advisor rather than just a vendor. I just want to ask us, what is the difference between a strategic advisor and a vendor? What is our understanding? I just want some responses because I'm not teaching. We're just sharing. Is there anyone who wants to give a thought? Strategic advisor versus a vendor. I'm checking to see if there are responses. I haven't got my responses. Trust is key. Totally agree. But being a strategic advisor as opposed to being a vendor, what's the difference? Is there anyone who wants to try to help us, to save us here? Vendor just wants to sell and make money.
And go. Yeah.
Strategic advisor gives advice, counsel, direct the business owner. Advisor gives insight. Strategic advisor guides you all the way. So you're all correct. Guides you all the way. But more importantly, the strategic advisor sometimes can sit down and pick up your business and analyze it, and even gives you an idea of how to make the business better. Now, if you put yourself in the shoe of a customer and you have a salesperson whose interest is not only to come and sell, but come here and ask, how is your business doing? Do you have information about your customer? What data are you using? Can I help you to look at holistically what you have and see how we can better your business? And this individual salesperson offers you, the customer, this thing pro bono. Wouldn't you fall in love with such a person whose interest is not just to sell, but to ensure that your business can get better? But don't forget that in doing that for you, the person is building loyalty, is building trust. That if tomorrow you decide to invest heavily in any purchases, you will definitely first and foremost go to that strategic advisor who took the pain to help get your business going. So I think we all agree on that, but let's move on. So why does long-term relationship matter? Why does it matter? If I go all the time, do my sales, get my money and walk away, and each time I go and sell, get money and walk away, what's my business with long-term relationship? Why should they matter to me when I'm getting money? So is there anyone who may want to help us? Why does it matter if I'm selling, making money? Why should I care about long-term relationship? After all, it's money I want to make.
Long-term relationship can give you referral. It can give you referral, yes, that
God bless
that
you.
person can refer you to another person.
Yes, long-term relationship can give you referrals. Because when trust is built, when you've been tested, you're trusted, your credibility is not in question, you deliver on what you promise, then of course the individual can make referrals. Baba Femi, I give you the floor. Please go ahead. I see your hand up.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, long-term relationship is what build business sustainability.
Sustainability.
Yes, you can actually plan on that, both your revenue, your profit, and your growth is built on long-term business relationship.
Thank you. I totally agree. Someone else says strong business relationship brings repeated sales. Yes, repeated sales. Everything we said and many more are important. But there's one point that I always tell people, something you must put at the back of your mind. You must understand that you have competition. Of everything else we said, very important, I agree. But why does long-term relationship matter? If you do not build it and build the required loyalty and the required trust, a competitor, if you like, somewhere will snatch that customer from you. So if you want to win the customer, not only keep the customer, sustain it for a long time and build loyalty, like somebody mentioned, where the customer can make referrals and vouch for you, you must have at the back of your mind that there are competitions. And while you're thinking about one strategy, another competitor is thinking of a bigger, more innovative strategy. But no strategy, I can tell you, builds relationship building and loyalty. That's important. So I just want us to have that at the back of our mind, that whatever you're chasing, someone else is chasing it. But for you to stay there and continually maintain that relationship, you must understand how to deliver values. So the question then is, how do you transition from closing a deal to becoming a trusted long-term partner for your customer? You see, I didn't just say salesperson, partner. What's the difference between just being a salesperson and a partner? The word partner means you are involved in how well that customer's business perform. It means you are a helper, you are a support system, you provide ideas, you provide solutions, you understand what the customer thinks, feels, and you get yourself in as though you are part owner of that business. When you get to that point, the customer will love you. And to love you, he rewards you with loyalty. And to reward you with loyalty, like Baba Femi said, he makes referral. So how do you transition? Which is key. Don't forget, we're talking about building relationship as opposed to one-time sales. So from selling to relationship building, the shift from selling to relationship building is something every salesperson must learn how to do. The focus should not be on winning the deal, but on building, retaining, and expanding the relationship. Let me explain this. You can build and retain a particular customer. Maybe that customer has head office in Lagos, they have branches in other parts. You've won the customer here, you're supplying here in Lagos, you feel comfortable. Who says you cannot expand to the branches, other places, and win? Who says you cannot expand into other areas of business? Most companies don't do just one business. So it is how you build that determines whether they're able to open up to other areas. That is what every salesperson should have at the back of his or her mind. How can I continually expand with this customer? The customer is opening new outlets, you are in there. Opening new businesses, you are in there. Wherever the customer ventures into, he's saying, come with me. Because you are a partner, don't forget. So how do we create seamless onboarding process? Before I go to that, I just want to say that there are a few tips I want to share with us. And the tip basically asks the question, how can we shift from selling to building relationships? I've talked about that before. And one of the things that you must do is to ask, how are you bringing this customer on board? How are you bringing that customer to believe in your product, trust in your product, to be able to continually give you businesses to do? So the first thing in bringing that is to set clear expectations. What does that mean? Ensure customers understands what they are getting and how to maximize value. Some of us just talk about the product. But if that customer patronizes you and buys that product from you or the service, how would that maximize value in the business of that individual customer? Sometimes we take for granted that knowledge that we have is something also that can help the customer. But how many of us go out of our way to dig into journals, know what the current trends are? You must be able to provide training and resources that will help the customer. If there are places where the customer can better position his or her product, or where the customer can get visibility, whether in exhibition, whether it's in journals, it is up to you to say, oh, there's something going on. I want you to be able to have your product available here because it's going to give you a wide coverage. Some of us, whether we own business or we head a team in sales, when we get busy, too busy sometimes, the customer struggles to get in touch. It's important in your team to ensure an individual whose job it is to stay in touch with the customer. That is having a dedicated representative who will increase engagement and build trust very early. And let me say this, if you work with a team of salespeople, you must be able to understand the personalities of your salespersons, their elements, how they are wired, where they are very good at. In one of the trainings we do in leadership, we say, what about the elements of leadership? Fire, air, earth, and water, for example. Now, if you want to, first of all, onboard a customer, you don't have to use somebody who is too analytical in the first place. You have to use somebody who understands the words, who communicates. So assigning an individual must be somebody who fits for purpose. That's the person you assign, not anybody. Then that individual must learn, or the company must learn to follow up consistently. Again, you have to decide who in the team will do this. Or if you're the only person doing it, have you trained yourself to that point? There are people who are not patient with customers, naturally. There are people, individuals who can make you buy an item that is worth 1,000, can make you buy it for 10,000 because of the presentation. And there are people who will not be patient to say, if you don't want to buy, well, forget it. So you must understand that point. The other thing is understanding how to stay connected with personalized engagement. I mentioned that a bit earlier. Sales should never be purely transactional. Every salesperson must learn to stay engaged beyond contract renewals and off-sale opportunities. Relationships grow where the customer or the individual, that is you as a salesperson, stay meaningfully connected, not just staying connected, meaningfully connected, the way that it benefits the customer. But how can we, as salespersons, stay connected with personalized engagement? Before I continue, let me just cite one example. There are some of us who deal with big clients, either executive directors in these companies, managing directors in these companies. I can bet you some of us don't know when their anniversaries, wedding anniversaries, when their birthdays are, when they are celebrating big milestones. We don't care, right? But when you send mails, I don't have all the time, there's some type of emails I would have shared with us as examples I used in the past. The way you write your email to your customers sends a lot of message. I've seen mails even sent to me, right? It's good afternoon, Mr. Pascal. And we have been waiting for your people to come to do the inspection. We have not seen them. And we hope that you can do very quickly so that we can close this deal. Yeah, that's it. Or you want somebody to buy, you say, we have new arrivals. Say, good morning, sir. We have new arrivals. If it's something you're interested, please send your people or please contact me. I don't know. You write in the mail, you don't personalize it. First of all, it is important, even though you're not going to go too personal, but when you do that mail, you ask the person, oh, if your day has started very well, you hope it's going okay, right? And then, the sales is emotional. It's emotional. You need to connect to the person's emotion for the person to want to buy from you. There are people who simply want to buy because they believe that the way you started, you have cared more about their well-being, about their business before you introduce the product. The other thing I talked about is celebrating milestones. You must, as a salesperson, consciously and intentionally know what are the different celebrations and milestones that your customer companies have. Sometimes do what we check in without an agenda. You know, now before you do this part, please, let's be clear, you must have built some level of relationship. There are people who don't batch into that way. But if you have built a relationship, right, you can even drop a note, oh, I'm driving past today. Is it okay I just stop by and say hi? Some of them, because of relationship, will say yes. You just get in there. So what's way? I hope business is going okay. Are there any challenges, something we can help with? You might not even talk about sales that day. You won't talk about selling anything that day. You are only went there to ask how business is going, how you can help. Then when you have opportunity, if you have big followership on different social media platforms, or you see opportunities on those platforms, right? You can help your customer. If you see things they post, you like, you comment, you respond, you share. If you see opportunities, then, oh, this platform can help you boost your business. Now, don't forget at this point, you are not talking about sales. You are talking about them, their well-being, their businesses, how you can get better. What are you trying to do? You are building relationships. You are building relationships. The other thing that I consider very important is that you will provide continuous value through education. I don't know how many of us deal with customers who are highly educated and enlightened. By education, I don't even mean, formal education. People who understand the trends in the industry. There are people who are educated but don't understand the trend in the industry. So customers buy from you because they believe in the value of your solution. To maintain and grow that belief, you must keep delivering value consistently. So it means sometimes when you sit down with your customer, because of your research, because you are a salesperson, you have built the skill, you can even educate your customers on what can make their businesses better. You can provide them additional insights that they probably were not aware in the past. And that is one way to do that. But if you want to more specifically keep delivering value, there are a few things that you have to do. I don't know how many of us, and I want to ask this, I don't know how many industries we serve. I don't know how many of us have probably brought some of our customers together on a webinar or workshop that you invited them to, whether you're the one moderating it or you're the one convening it or you are invited. And you think, oh, this webinar or workshop would be very helpful to my customers. And you send them invites and press and get them there. Can I get some hands? How many of us have done that before on your own? Pro bono, freely. I'm not talking about network marketing people purely. Okay, Baba Femi, thank you. That's great. That is one way to build relationship with your customer. You educate your clients on your product, industry trends, and solutions as a salesperson. Because as a salesperson, you are continually learning, researching. You are ahead. In fact, you must be ahead of your customers and those you service. They must create what we call exclusive content, share useful resources via social media, WhatsApp, newsletters. Whatever thing comes across your way that you think will be useful, share it with them. Don't go and begin to share things. There are people who pick things from any group on WhatsApp and just dump it. They just share it to everybody on the WhatsApp. That is one of the most annoying behaviors I've ever seen, even things that are not relevant. Because some of us are either lazy with, saving what is useful and deciding who to share. We'll just throw it open like that. Some clients will just dislike you totally. Offer proactive support. Don't wait for problems. Anticipate needs and offer help. Now, if you understand market trend, you understand how the naira is fluctuating back and forth, how the oil prices, gas prices, how tax issues, how things are happening. You must be able to prepare the minds of your customer. What are you doing? You are investing. You are showing that you're a partner. You are building relationship. Don't forget that's where we're going. Building relationship. All these steps are towards building that relationship that will keep that customer loyal to you. So I have a question to ask. Customer satisfaction or customer loyalty? For you as a salesperson, which one is it? Yeah, let me check what's been sent. I saw some hands. Customer satisfaction, customer loyalty. Just checking. Somebody says both of them, yes. Both of them, yes. Someone says customer loyalty, yes. Both of them, yes. Both of them, yes. But if I ask you to choose one, both of them are very important. If you were to make a choice, which one would you choose? Somebody says customer satisfaction, both of them, loyalty. Let's get more, both, customer satisfaction, loyalty. Okay, I'm going to try something. If you say customer satisfaction, can you in 1 minute tell us why you chose customer satisfaction over customer loyalty?
All right, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Orioloa. Okay,
Yes.
although I agree with both of them, but if I'm to choose one, I'm going to be choosing customer satisfaction, because when a customer is satisfied, you can get their loyalty. You can't miss the process. You can't get a loyal customer who is not satisfied. So it's a satisfied customer that brings the loyalty.
Okay, thank you. Very fine argument. Fantastic, logical, clear argument. Is there anyone who chose customer loyalty over satisfaction? Can we hear your own point? Baba Femi, yes. Which one are you? Yeah.
Okay, good evening. For me, I chose customer satisfaction, and the reason is that customer may switch loyalty if they perceive a better benefit from a competitor. So for me, satisfaction is more profitable and very it builds relationship better than. Satisfaction is more profitable and builds relationship rather than loyalty.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone who wants to talk on the side of customer loyalty? I'm going somewhere.
Yes. Customer satisfaction. Good evening.
Go ahead.
All right. To me, customer satisfaction is key. Because
I'm sorry,
customer,
we lost you.
Can you hear me?
Now, yes, go ahead.
Okay. To me, customer loyalty. Customer satisfaction is key, because you can never get customer loyalty if that customer is not satisfied. The only when customer can be loyal to your brand or your company is when the customer always gets satisfaction from you.
Okay, thank you. I want somebody who wants to speak on the part of loyalty. I've got 3 responses on customer satisfaction.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. This is Oyekule Abiodun.
Oyekule, go ahead.
Okay, satisfaction gets customers to buy once, while loyalty keeps them coming back. So that's the main reason why I choose loyalty over satisfaction.
Thank you. Anyone else who wants to talk on loyalty? Open your mic, speak.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
So, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
I want to speak on.
Is this Olamileko?
Customer loyalty.
Who is speaking to us? Olamileko?
Yeah, my name is Olamileko.
Go ahead.
If I'm to choose, I'll go with
customer loyalty means that the customer always refer customer.
Okay, let's not make it a big rowdy. Let me explain this. And for me, if this is really what we accomplished today, it will be very helpful for us.
Good evening.
I agree with those who says it's only a satisfied customer who will be loyal. That is correct, but it's not entirely correct. Let me ask you a question. Every salesperson is on a journey. Every salesperson is on a journey. There is no guarantee that someone who feels satisfied today, first deal, second day deal, third day deal, feels satisfied will remain loyal. There's no guarantee. So for every salesperson, why you think on your head that you want to satisfy a customer, the bigger picture should be, how can I keep this customer to stay with me? So when you think only about satisfaction, that is a momentary satisfaction, it's a momentary euphoria. Let me use that. Okay, let me paint one example now for you. A customer was offered a 45-inch television screen. A salesperson goes there and convinces, say, look, this is crispy, clear, all that beautiful. The customer says, wow, fantastic. And the customer buys the LCD. And he takes it to his house. And the thing is looking okay and is going very well, very, very well. Everything is great. And then a few days later, he gets a call from the salesperson, and the salesperson calls and says, how is the screen? How's the TV? He said, yeah, it's okay. It's going very well. He said, okay. Can you help us fill a customer satisfaction, questionnaire or survey? He said, yeah, why not? And the customer fills and says all the beautiful things and send it back to the company. Now, in the mind of the company, in their archives, they have a satisfied customer. That's what it is. But 3 weeks later, this television started blinking. And then the same salesperson calls the customer again and says, sir, oh, I hope you're enjoying the television and all of that. How is it doing? The man says, yeah, but it's blinking somehow. He said, okay, no problem. But sir, we need another survey. Can you give us another survey as to whether you're satisfied? Now, what do you think will be the response of this customer when he does the second survey? He will not enter that he's satisfied, because the individual who called the second time did not pay attention to the pain of the customer, did not address the pain of the customer. The focus was on getting a satisfaction survey because he wants to throw it back at the company. But let me tell you what loyalty does. If you move from that point of satisfaction and get to a customer who is loyal, and somebody mentioned who can make referrals to you, do you know that a loyal customer can cover your track when you make, unintentional, sincere mistakes? Do you agree? Do we all agree? I'm waiting. I want to see. I'm checking hands.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I agree. Yes.
And what is loyalty? Customer satisfaction comes from your pure service, what you deliver. It has nothing to do with relationship. So that's where I want us to go to now. If I'm good at bringing my product to you and you just buy and the product is good, I drop it, go, that's it. Tomorrow, someone else will come who has sweet mouth, who knows how to convince people and take the customer away, even though the customer was satisfied with the services I've rendered. He can move away. A satisfied customer can move away if he's offered something that he believes, oh, wow. But a loyal customer, even when you speak, before he moves away, he will contact you and say, this is what I'm offering. Oh, what are you going to do? Because he is loyal. A loyal customer it's almost impossible for that customer not to refer you to another business. A satisfied customer may just refer you because it's spur of the moment. He will not go out of his way to vouch for you. So the point I'm making is, while we have at the back of our mind to get a customer satisfied, our main goal should be to get a customer loyal to our brand. So if you have to make a choice, you need to ask yourself, do you want to get a momentary euphoria, or do you want to get something that is long-lasting and sustainable? And that's where the answer comes to. You must work towards the point of customer loyalty beyond satisfaction. That's how people win things. Let me tell you, and I have a personal example. Except Qatar Airways does not fly a particular route, I will not fly another airline. It's not that they've not made some mistakes. I've got to Doha many times and I didn't like a few things. But let me tell you, anybody who asks me today, I've converted a lot of people to fly Qatar Airways because my loyalty to them is unmatched. We went on holiday, myself and the family. It was Qatar Airways who flew, even though it was 16 hours of flight from Doha. It was longer, we said we'll fly it. That is what loyalty is. I had other offers that will appear better. I said, no, this is the company I am loyal to. So for every salesperson, that is what you should aim. That's where you should be. And customer loyalty cannot come from simple service satisfaction. It comes from relationship building. That's where I'm going. And let me tell you how that can happen from through relationship building. And I said a bit of it before. You go to visit a customer. You decide on that day you don't want to say, you don't want to talk about anything. And some of us don't understand body language. You go there, the customer is on the phone, for example, complaining to the bank that they wanted to do a particular transaction and that the bank is delaying them, and somebody is in the bank with a check. Why are you wasting my time and all of that? He drops the phone. He calls another person and he's talking to somebody. I said, can we raise some money to buy this and I'll get it back to you? and all of that, and say, look at the customer is complaining, the customer drops the phone, and you say, good afternoon, good afternoon. As a good salesperson, what are you going to do? If we think and we are proactive, you don't need to talk to the customer at that time about product, whatever you have come with. Your focus should be trying to get into what the issue is. Even if you cannot solve it, show that concern. Let the customer feel that you are showing some level of empathy. Feel the pain of the customer. Try to offer advice, like we said, advisor. Try to understand what is going on. Make some suggestions. Say, is that the only bank that you have? There are other banks who can help you. Have you tried to, talk to your suppliers? Just offer advice. Now, that conversation with that customer feels, oh, this individual is trying to help. At the end of the day, if you do even talk about sales, it's okay. I'll try to call you to know how things are going. Take it easy. You go back home, you not call us. Did you manage to solve that issue? How did it go? You're still not talking about selling anything. And the person say, thank you for your advice. Finally, we solved it. My dear, if you go there the next time I talk about sales, the customer will buy from you. Customer will buy. So we'll now have to decide, how do we want to build a relationship? Like I said, if this is the only thing we accomplish tonight, is how do you want to build a relationship? And one thing you must understand about that loyalty is, when the customer is loyal to you, we're talking about repeat sales of certificates, that sales will be continued. It will just keep going. And it does not stop with that customer. He pushes you to other places. He vouches for you. He makes phone call on your behalf with his phone. He sends emails. He connects you. He calls meetings and connects you with somebody. Because now, in return, he also wants to help you to meet your target, to make more money. You see, it's reciprocity. That's what it's called. You are not a partner. You have a relationship. I don't know if that made any sense at all. Hello, are we still here? Have I lost everyone? Okay, let me check. Yeah, someone has a loyal customer is satisfied, but a satisfied customer may not be loyal. Thank you so much. I've seen your responses. Thank you. So, just in summary, customer satisfaction comes from the service provided. Please note, it's from the service provided. Customer loyalty comes from relationship built in the course of providing service. Nothing can be more explicit. Relationship built in the course of providing. So you're providing, but you care. So you're providing the service, but you believe you're the best in the industry, so the customer will buy from me. So the attitude, the way and manner we do it is very important, right? Let me mention one or two things before I don't know how much time is available, but okay, great. Still got a bit of time. Now, as a salesperson, you must anticipate needs and offer proactive solutions. I think I did mention that a bit before. When you know customers appreciate sellers who think ahead. Instead of waiting for them to express their challenges, express their needs, and offer solutions, you know you're proactive. You see how things are going. You say, oh, I came here last time. It looks like the products are not as much as they used to be. You know, what's going on? You need to ask. You need to be proactive. So you need to analyze past interactions with that customer. What are the information you have about that customer? What are you going to use that information to do? How will it help the customer? If you monitor industry trends and you know what is going on, how will you help the customer? What improvements are you suggesting to the customer? And we're talking about relationship building, don't forget. You must offer what we call exclusive insights. If you have something about a competition, a competitor that you think will help your customer to benchmark properly, understand opportunities in new markets, you share those information with them. In fact, sometimes I've seen fantastic salespersons who act as, I don't want to call them espionage if you want, who go and dig information and source information about competition and bring it to their customer to help them. Why? You want to keep the customer. You want the customer to see you as somebody who's providing value. The other thing I want to talk about is what I call strengthen trust with transparency and honesty. And this one goes beyond just the sales. Trust, I'm sure we all know, is the foundation of long-term customer relationships. Customers value honesty, even when the news isn't favorable. I said it before. How do you build trust? How do you maintain trust? Very important. And I want to say this to us as salespeople, and please take note of these things. I call them tips that I want to mention. How to build and maintain trust. First, be honest about limitations. If your solution is not the best fit for their needs, please say so. Don't fantasize. Don't offer your customer something you know could, I'm sorry to say, pardon my language, they say, we'll go put your nyash tomorrow. If you know there is going to be a comma somewhere, don't offer it. Because you may manage that situation for some time. The day that comes to the open, you lose that customer. And let me tell you, there's a saying that a customer who loses trust in you will tell at least 12 others about what has happened. At least 12 others. So be honest about limitations. Admit mistakes and fix them quickly. Owning up to errors increases credibility. And I have a personal experience of a machine we supplied to somebody, brand new machine we supplied. We got an engineer to go and install the machine. The engineer in the process made a small mistake that affected the machine. At some point, the engineer was arguing that he did not. And I had to go there with the engineer, with another engineer that I brought from outside. And we observed that. And my own engineer was saying, but it's not a problem. Someone can come. It's not an issue. Let's not let them, so they don't think we don't know what that. I said, shut up. I called the MD. I went to the office and I apologized. And we had to fix that problem with our own money. And that built us trust because we owned up to it. Provide clear and fair pricing. Avoid hidden fees and all this. It's don't hide things. I mean, you can provide what we call competitive price. It doesn't have to be cheaper price. There's a big difference. Some customers are ready to buy if the price is competitive. It doesn't have to be cheap. So when the customer checks the prices in the market, your price is not maybe the highest, it's not the cheapest. You just have to be competitive. The customer says, okay, if I have to add one more naira to buy from you, I'll do it because of the relationship built. Seek feedback and act on it. Each time is important. You ask the customer if there are things you can do more, or there are areas you can improve. Is there something more you can do to make sure that you're doing okay? You keep asking that. And once you get the feedback, don't push it away or say, well, act on it. When you act on it, the customer will respond with additional patronage. Long-term relationships don't just lead to renewals. They open doors for new opportunities. If your solutions, for example, evolves alongside their business, you can naturally introduce complementary products and services. I said it before. There are value chains everywhere. It depends on what you're providing, the service you're providing to your customer. There are other ancillary services that are added to that you can also pick up. Let me give you one example of what we did. One of the things we do in our business is that we install CCTV cameras, access controls, fire alarm systems, and all of that. And we did something for a very new big event center. The woman spent a lot of money. We installed the CCTV and everything. And I was asking the woman, I said, these cameras that we have installed, they are supposed to be running 24 hours. Do you have power that runs into 24 hours? Because if something happens when there's no power and the cameras are not working, what is the essence of all this investment? And she said to me, we have an inverter, that we use there, but that inverter has been having a problem, I don't know what is wrong with the guy. We keep calling him. I'll call him again and all of that. I said, please call and let the guy come to fix it, because anything that happens, it becomes a blind spot and something could go wrong. I said, I just want to see how this is fixed. We left. The next day I called. The woman said, oh, thank you. God bless you. Do you know, I forgot, I'm going to call now. When she did the call, she called me back and said, the guy is not appearing serious. And I said to her, madam, can I bring my people to look at that? He said, is this something you can service? I said, I have engineers who work with us on other areas. I sent the engineers. They went there, looked at it, provided solution. What we need to was to change 3 additional batteries, change the main inverter head. And we got that. And the woman has another place on the island, and she sent us there to go and solve also. Now, that wasn't our main business, don't forget. But because of how we got in to show concern, care, to see how we can help, we won that business. And now, every other place we go to install something, we're asking the same question, can your cameras run 24 hours? Do you have power that sustain it? If it's not, If they'll bring a vendor to do the thing, or we use our own people to go and buy in the market and install it. So those kind of additional ancillary services can come up if you understand, how to deal with that. So the last thing probably I'm going to mention before we have a few more interactions and see if there are questions is, what are the best practices for ethical upselling and cross-selling, right? Sometimes our focus is usually on revenue. That shouldn't be it. Our focus should be on customer success. When that is our focus, then the customer will, no matter how difficult the situation is, will want to let us know what's going on in the business, what the opportunities are. How many of us use data to help the customers? To say, this is where your business is, you're selling so much on the island. But when you go to, what's it called again, Alimosho area, there's population, there are big malls there. You are providing insight. You're using data. You say you have information from what you've seen online, this is that. Those kind of things help the customer. You want to build trust. And please, let us as salesperson do our introductions at the right time. Timing is everything. Don't rush the conversation. Like I said, some of us are too transactional. You get there, you just want to do quickly because you want to cover 4 customers the same day and you're rushing. It's like in networking. There's what is called conversational apathy. Conversational apathy in networking. You get a networking event. Your primary purpose is you want to beat 20 people within 1 hour. And then everybody meets, hi, my name is, you say business card. Okay, I'm going to talk to you, move on. If you do that to me, I see as a very unserious person. You introduce, oh, my name is, what do you do? Okay, do you have your business card? You can move on. That is one very wrong way to network. You cannot rush it. Even if it is 5 persons you meet there and you have a bit of quality time to understand what they do, agree how you're going to do follow-up, understand what is the mutual benefit in a relationship that you want to build. Those 5 customers are more important than the 20 you contacted without anything concrete. It's the same thing that some salespeople do, and that is something we must run away from. Expanding relationships should feel like a natural progression, not a sales tactics. And if you pretend to want you want to build a relationship while your primary purpose is just to say you want to deceive, a good customer at some point will know. And that's something we must avoid at all costs because it does not help the business. So you must understand that customers have complaints. When you build a loyal customer, I'm not saying you should go to bed, but you can guarantee that even that loyal customer, when there are small mistakes, some issues, that customer will speak for you. But you must understand that most customers who are not loyal, like regular customers, 96% of them will not complain at all. They will simply walk away when something goes wrong. 90% of those who complain won't come back. So you have to ask yourself, are you still talking about just satisfaction? I want to build loyalty. Each dissatisfied customer takes an average of 12 orders. In fact, people share their pain, their disappointment from your service more than they share the successes and the experience they've had with it. That is beautiful. Don't forget that. It costs 5 times more to get new customers than to keep existing ones. So when you get it, you have to work hard. A significant reason for complaint is poor customer care. If you want to call it, it's not just what's called customer service here. Customer care. So it goes beyond the sale. How do you get yourself into the business, the mind, the thinking, the pain, the challenges of the customer? What solutions do you provide? Do you show empathy enough? Those are the points we're making, right? So I would like to almost round up with this, and I just want us to see what I have on the screen. I'll ask the question. In your sales journey, can you imagine or hazard a guess who soon-to-be non-customers are? Who are they? Soon-to-be non-customers. I want some responses because we're actually rounding up. Soon-to-be non-customers. I'm checking. I hope I've not lost My audience. Okay, good. Soon to be non-customers. Who are they? Dissatisfied customers. Yes. Unsatisfied customers. Yes. But soon to be non-customers. What does it mean? People who make complaints. Yes. But soon to be non-customers. I'm looking for something. Customers that experience poor customer care. Yes, I agree. But they are soon to be non-customers. What does it mean? Angry. The churn rate is high. Yes, I'm still looking for something. No, soon to be non-customers are not loyal customers. Those who wants to move from customer to partner. No, soon to be non-customers. Who are they? Dissatisfied customers due to complaint. Yes, these are customers who are just thinking about leaving you. They don't want to work with you again. They have had poor customer experience. They've complained, you're not working on it, and they are almost on their way out. They want to move over, they want to switch. These are soon to be non. Every salesperson that is intelligent must identify these people and ask, how can I rework my way into the heart of this? If you cannot identify your soon to be non-customer, you are not a salesperson. I'm sorry. You must know them. Because if you are a relationship person, a people person, if you have sales skill, if you understand body language, if you have people skill, you should be able to know your soon to be non-customers. Sometimes it could be from their body language, it could be even from avoiding your call, not replying your emails. So you begin to be proactive to understand and begin to work on that. So salespeople, please take note. Then there's a group we call conscious non-customers. Who are they? I'm waiting. Conscious non-customers. We're gradually rounding up. Conscious non-customers. Who are they? I'm waiting for some responses. Conscious non-customers. Customers who are not satisfied, customers who are not longer interested in your service. No, I'm waiting for answer for conscious non-customers. Who are they? Customers who are prospective to patronize you, those that don't patronize you. Yes, but there's something missing. We say they are conscious non-customers. They deliberately don't want to patronize you. God bless you. So hold on. That's it. These are customers who know your services, who know what you do, who have heard about you, but yet they are not buying from you. You've done all the adverts, you use all the tactics, you've done everything. They are aware. They are conscious of you. They know you exist. They know you're a fantastic salesperson, but still they don't want to buy from you. Still they don't want to patronize. They don't want to listen to you deeply. Very observant customers, yes. So as a smart salesperson, to ask yourself, who are my conscious non-customers? Why are they not buying from me? Why are they not patronizing me? Why am I not able to win them as a salesperson? Again, smart, intelligent, proactive salespersons will be able to know. And the last one is the unexplored non-customers. Who are they? The unexplored non-customers. Who are they? I'm waiting for a few responses. We're going to round up here in 5 minutes. Unexplored non-customers. More responses. Unexplored non-customers. You're yet to reach. Thank you. You've answered it. Customers, and this is the largest chunk. It doesn't matter how big. You know, even Coca-Cola, as big as it has spread, there are more people who don't drink Coca-Cola than those who drink it. If you check the population of Lagos now, the people who drink Coca-Cola, like who like it and drink it, they are not up to 15% of Lagos population. But yet Coca-Cola feels that they're everywhere. Sometimes we feel that way. We feel we're everywhere. But there are a lot of people who are not even interested, who have not heard about you, who you have not prospected at all. That's very important. So as a salesperson, do you know this catchment? Do you know where these individuals are? Do you know where these companies are? Do you know where they exist? What more are you doing to get to them? Food for thought. I'm going to share this, what I call the 4-action framework for every salesperson. You must understand what this 4-action framework is. What we call the eliminate, the raise, they reduce, and they create. I'll just try to explain it quickly. For every industry where you are, it doesn't matter the industry where you operate as a salesperson, you must understand the factors that industry has long competed on. Example, features no one uses, but everyone feels obligated to include it. Right? There are trends that you know it's obsolete, it's not working, and you are a salesperson, you're dealing with a customer. Are you able to identify that and let the customer not waste his energy and his time on pursuing something that will not work, and advise that customer to eliminate that because it's a waste of energy and a waste of resources? You need to think. That is what we call the elimination framework. There are things that are not working anymore. There are people who are still practicing things that are not helping them. You tell them, say, that's what we have done for 20 years. Well, that this company has been here for 50 years and this has always worked for us. That is the mentality. But you need to open their eyes. That's the first one. Number two is reduce. There are factors that should be reduced. You know, it could be things that people put so much money. Okay, people put a lot of money into adverts. But you know, people put money in adverts in the wrong places. No, they're not strategic. So before you put up an advert, it's not because you have the money to put up the advert. The question is, where should this advert be placed to give us the visibility and the traction? If you think if you go and put it on Channels Television, for example, during the 10 p.m. news prime, it's going to give you that. How did you come to that conclusion? If you want to do it, online, how did you come to that conclusion? So there are places you need to reduce involvement, expenses. As a salesperson, are you able to offer this kind of advice to your customer in that process of building relationship? Then what are the things we need to raise? Something you need to get better, something that we need to improve. As a good salesperson, that's also part of what you need to think about. Are you able to offer an advice to say what factors should be raised well above the industry standard? You've seen how things are going. You've studied competition and those who are doing the same thing. It's okay. How can we help you personalize it so that when your product goes, there's a bit of feeling, it connects with you. How can you customize things so it is a bit more personalized to people, the services that you render? When there was so much competition between MT and LTL, sometimes they send you a message with your name. Those days. And then they started on your birthday, they will not call your name and say, "Dear Pascal," for example. They send it. Those were personalized. And once one network started it, the rest started doing the same thing. Why? Because they were appealing to emotion. Right? Do you have those kind of ideas to share with your customer? Then the thing to create innovative, creative things that nobody's thinking about. All right. It could be some pricing model. Today they will tell you, okay, if you buy this volume, I mean, Guinness and Co used to do it when I was involved with some distributorship. That's okay. If you buy one truck, we can give you 20 crates or 10 crates more, right? Or if you buy 4 trucks, you can pay for 2 trucks, and then pro-rata, I don't know what they call it now, the other payments. There are different models. You need to be that innovative and creative to share these things. And if you share these things with your customer and they try it and it works, you have won them for life. They are salespeople. You have won them for life. So, what's my final point? Is that you, as a person working for a company, as a salesperson who works for a company, the company's culture has a lot to do with how you perform out there as a salesperson. A good company culture plays a powerful role in enhancing market leadership because it creates the internal conditions that drive innovation, performance, and customer loyalty. So if you're a business owner here and you have people who are into sales and they work with you, what kind of culture? Because sometimes the customers outside are able to peep into your culture through your sales representative, through your salespeople. And if you are a salesperson who works for a company and you think that the company's culture is not enhancing that, have you been able to make a request and say, A, B, C, D things you've done can help on how we deal with our customer, how we build relationship, get loyalty points, and keep these customers going? Those are questions that we need to ask. But let me not bother so much about why that is important. So a good company culture builds the foundation for long-term market leadership by empowering people, aligning purpose, and accelerating innovation. This is to us now individual. If you operate in a company where the culture does not enhance your sales, magnifies your sales skills, helps you to build customer loyalty, then you need to rethink, because you can continue to go round and round the cycle without getting the result that you desire. So I want to end by saying building relationships should be the primary purpose of every salesperson, even though we know that intrinsically inside, it doesn't matter how much you build. If you don't sell, you'll be unhappy. So if you build a relationship that you don't sell, will you be happy? You will not. But you know that in building a relationship is for you to be able to draw the graph and connect it to sales. So while you're building relationship, your mind must be on how that relationship will be converted to sales. So we're not saying building relationship with the mindset that someday it will translate to sales, and not just sales, it will translate to loyalty. And if you're able to do that, then you will see yourself as a salesperson who adds value. You will be respected by the customer that you service. You will have referrals from the customer that you service. Your opinion will be valued by the customer you service. But more importantly, that customer can vouch for you. And even when there are some mistakes made, that customer will not leave you. He will help you and work with you to rebuild that, because that is what you have done by demonstrating that you can build trusted relationships. I want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Pascal. Thank you very much. Applause for you. Applause for you. Thank you very much. We've had it full again tonight, and I appreciate the contributions of every participant. If not for time, I know some of the people still have things to say here and there, and that's why the contributions have been so explicit and so detailed that if you one thing that about discussions like this is that if you don't say what you think is the right thing, you will not take in the right thing. Because it's in the course of you saying what you think is correct, and when you are corrected that it's not, and you can see evidential proofs that this is a better argument or superior argument over yours, then you see that it's easier for you to exchange the better argument or superior argument over yours, and you imbibe it. Then it adds more value to you. What this means in simple terms is that it has proved to us that what matters in sales is not just the initial income. Sales does not start and end in a day. It happens and it moves beyond a day. It moves beyond a day to it moves to a people. It moves from a people to my people. When I say my people, like the example Dr. Pascal gave us, saying that he has loyalty for a particular airline because they have moved to become his family airline by virtue of whatever experiences that he has had with them. Like he said, some were not palatable, but he had more of palatable ones over the ones that are not palatable. And that means life is of two sides. You've got to weigh the positive side over the negative side so that you can stay in a place where you'll be more comfortable and have it more sustainable. Thank you very much for the delivered paper. We appreciate you. It has proved to everyone present tonight that what we are dealing with in sales and customer matters is not just about now. Because whether you are looking for referrals, you are looking for continuous patronage, you are looking for increasing number of clientele, we are saying that you have a part to play to ensure that you address the issue of their concern. If you don't address issues of their concern, what you are expecting, you may not get. You may get, but you may not still get because they have choice to make. Like you said, there are other competing products in the market. In fact, some of them may even be better than yours. But see, when it comes to loyalty, loyalty is loyalty, man. So we've got to get to a level where you champion the cause of making your product, your service, your company whatever you represent, that you push as customer service person or as a salesperson to have a buy-in in the hearts of those potential customers or your existing customers. Now, the opportunity for them to shift ground is there, and that is where I always say something that is very profound, and it has to do with certificate, not certificate. Whatever that you know becomes easier for you to manipulate, to work around it, to improve on it, to reshape it, compared to certificate that was drawn, designed, and printed, put your name, signed, and send that to you. Because that now you carry it around as it is. You cannot manipulate it, you cannot work around it, you cannot change the shape, color, whatever. So it takes you to understand this, and I can tell you, will become better sales and customer service person. Once again, Dr. Pascal, thank you very much for your time. And before we go, please, the attendance link is there. Please make sure that you click on it, you fill it appropriately. Then also there is a feedback link. There's a feedback link also. Make sure that you click on it, you give us your feedback. Just like Dr. Pascal said on the man that looked for sales feedback. And after another 2-3 months, he went back and they said feedback. And they told him the TV has lines. He never bothered about the lines. He was just talking about feedback. But now we are bothered about you getting the best. That's why we are discussing all this. Thank you very much once again. And in all, we are saying that you should please ensure that while you go through this customer service week, ensure that you are putting the details needed from you to us in terms of all the information that you need to put up there. And likewise, don't forget that there's still room for others to join, especially for the induction on Saturday. It was there. They can, as posted yesterday, and I'm going to do the same today, for you to know that they can contact the WhatsApp number I'm going to post, or the membership through the membership email. It's vitally important. They can join on Saturday for the induction. I mean, your friends, colleagues that are not yet connected with us on this platform. On this note, once again, I want to appreciate the Secretariat. Thank you very much, Secretariat. Thank you very much, everyone that has their hands on the plow for this program. I can see people really enjoyed tonight also, just like yesterday. So please, the registration is still on for Saturday induction ceremony. The WhatsApp number is there, 0912-516-2581, or send their email to their membership at ciscsm.org. I just posted it, so please look at it, get connected, get them to join, and I see you again tomorrow. Time again is 7:30. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the evening and the week. Good night. I sign out. My name is Gideon Olubile. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
sir. Good evening. Thank you, sir. There's no sheet for attendance for today.
Is there? The data is there. Please fill it. It's there. Cool up.
Okay, sir.
I'll repeat it.
Okay, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.
they smoke cannabis. Doctor say make a pop one of this. Make me fly like say I'm Aladdin. Come bring some kind melodies. Oh, mama, myself no do pass like this. So many things inside of my jeans. Slide down, DBTs.